Forgive the past and let it go, for it is gone. You stand no longer on the ground that lies between the worlds. You have gone on and reached the world that lies at heaven's gate. There is no hindrance to the will of God, nor any need that you repeat again a journey that was over long ago. Look gently on your brother and behold the world in which perception of your hate has been transformed into a world of love. That was from A Course in Miracles, Foundation for Inner Peace. I really love this book. The sentence in my mind from yesterday is, you made the right decision. Over and over, I just keep hearing, you made the right decision. Whatever that is in your life. And the sentence started in my mind when I was listening to this other video on YouTube yesterday. It was a podcast, and there was a girl she was talking about someone famous who had a song go viral, and the song was about this girl who was 27 years old at the time, and she was dating a man that was older, about 37, and he was ready to settle down and have family and have kids, and at the time she wasn't ready, and that was the reason that their relationship ended. And he found another woman, and they started a family. And the song was about how she would go to the park every weekend and watch from a distance the man's family and his kids having fun at the playground, and how in the song, and I gotta look more of this up, but the song is like, I wonder if the woman knows how much I would want to trade places with her. She said, if I knew what I knew now, I would have had kids back when I wasn't ready. And they were talking about, in the podcast, they were talking about the grief of not having children. There's a lot of women right now who, for whatever reason, decide that they don't want to have children, and then their biological clocks run out, and how heavy the grief is from not having kids when you could have had kids. And just as I was watching that, I was feeling the grief inside myself, because, I mean, it is painful. It's almost painful as losing someone close to you that you really, really love, is thinking about what if she would have stayed in that relationship and been with him and had the kids, or what if you would have taken that job, or what if you would have just, anything, what if. And the sentence in my mind was just really sturdy. It was like, you made the right decision, because you can sit in the grief forever, or just realize that there's an underlying reason that everything is happening in the world, the life that you chose, everything is in its exact order at the right time. She may have not, you don't know what happens if you would have gone left instead of gone right. Maybe she would have stayed in that relationship and been just as unhappy, or maybe she wouldn't have never had kids because she was not, that wasn't in God's plan. She wasn't fertile, or whatever. But you made the right decision. Everything that we do, we come here to learn. That's what I truly believe, is we come here to learn. And the health outcome is also based on acceptance. So being in a state of grief, being in a state of depression, and looking towards the past and wishing that it was different from your current reality, is like a high cortisol release. It's the biology, the biochemistry is not inner peace, and when we're not in inner peace, we're choosing chaos. When we're not choosing testosterone, we're choosing cortisol. They're working like a yin-yang balance. And when we're choosing this cortisol, this state of confusion, this chronic, why did I do that? Why didn't I choose this? We're living in a state of lack, a state of resistance, insulin resistance. If we're higher in cortisol than testosterone for a long period of time, we develop those chronic diseases. We develop insulin resistance. We start to pack on weight. We lose our sense of vitality, sense of inner peace. And we just don't know enough, really, to make the decision that we've chosen the wrong thing. feeling like you missed an opportunity puts you in a state where you start to miss other opportunities, because then you're focused on the past instead of saying, wow, I did miss this opportunity. I did let this go. And at the time, it had to let go. It had to, like, the tree had to come down. The skin had to be shed. All of that had to come crashing down to bring me through this state of grief, so that I could really go inside and reevaluate what I truly want, so you can stay. And I think grief comes in waves, so it's hard to, you like, not chronically in a state of joy or in a state of peace. I don't think coming to earth is not easy, so, we go through the waves. But when you look at the whole ocean, there's so many fish out there, there's so many opportunities, and you don't know what can happen, like, tomorrow or in 5 minutes from now. You could get a text from somebody, you can meet a stranger, you can get an opportunity that you've never had before. When you're open to the miracles, that's what this Course in Miracles talks about, Foundation for Inner Peace, is this inner forgiveness. And when you forgive others, they say, like, you don't need to forgive others, you just are really forgiving yourself, So, like, you never lost anything by whatever has decided to find its way out of your life. It's become so chaotic, it's compromising your state of health. That had to happen. And there are so many good things coming to the future, like so many good days, so many sunny days, and so much time to, like, regain your strength. And it made me think of, like, every single day, you wake up, and I talk about the biochemical cascade. There's so many opportunities to nourish yourself and give yourself the love that maybe you feel like you don't fully have in this moment. Maybe you feel really empty and exhausted and drained. You're one meal away from giving yourself all of that love back. Giving your body is your first family, it's your first home. If you feel broken out in the world or in your home or in your relationships, nourish yourself. As they say, life is just a mirror, and we just meet our reflection out in the world. So keep going inside and thinking about your own light. Like, where does my light come from? I always talk about tryptophan and mitochondrial function. The kingdom is within. I think I've said many times before, Jesus would be talking about the mitochondria if he would have had a microscope. He just would have constantly been saying, bro, think about your mitochondria. They didn't even have supplements back then. How do you nourish the body? Like, if we were to go back, how would I nourish myself back to health in a world without supplements? I would have to choose real foods, real whole food. So supplements aren't your only way. You're supplementing from your diet, from the foundation of your diet. So I eat a lot of animal-based proteins. Of course, I'm always talking about how I'm biased to them, like eggs and ground beef. Nourish your light. The kingdom is within. And no single group, I read this quote the other day, no single group or system owns inner peace, as it belongs to the human spirit by virtue of our origin. And I did add another quote under here after, the kingdom of heaven is within you, and then you are not breaking, you are awakening. So every pivot is a blessing. It's like you're letting go of what you didn't need. And it's like how a snake sheds its skin. You don't realize how much you're holding until you let go of something, and it's like, wow, I feel so much lighter. And sometimes it's hard and it's heavy, but you're not breaking, you're awakening. You're being broken down just to be rebuilt into something stronger. That's what the body is all about. Our bones, our muscles, our immune system is just always waiting to go into recovery. I mean, it's always recovering. They say you start healing from the moment that you fall. As soon as you get that paper cut, there are platelets rushing to the skin, rushing to the surface, stop the bleeding, sealing the barrier. I'm sending immune function. Like, we've got to start healing that you heal right when you fall. So there's so many opportunities, and if you have the chance to grab this book, I really highly recommend it. It's something that I try to read a little bit of it each day. Like I love this book so much. There's no author. It's really old. I don't even know when it was first I don't know when it was first brought into the world, to be honest. It was just a blessing that it found its way to me. Copyright 1975. So yeah. I love you so much. You can like, share, and subscribe if this was helpful for you. But as always, yeah, I wish you luck, and I will catch you later.